Hi, everyone, and welcome along to the Ergonomically Speaking podcast, the podcast that aims to help you reduce and even eliminate work related discomfort. I am your host, Neve Pentney of Boyne Ergonomics. Thank you so much for joining me today. I really hope that you're able to take away some useful practical advice from this podcast to help you reduce your own risk of discomfort at the workplace or help manage the risks among the people that you might be responsible for. So, now that we know why we're here, let's get started. Hello, and welcome along to another episode of the Ergonomically Speaking podcast with myself, Neve Pentney of Boyne Ergonomics. In this episode, I am going to be talking about how your business can benefit from ergonomics. I often talk about the benefits of ergonomics for the employee, for the computer user, for the person, but today I'm going to have a look at what it can do for you and your business. So, as an employer, you are going to be investing a lot of resources into attracting the best employees for your business, trying to make sure that your workplace is safe, and trying to build a culture of well-being. What I have found over the years that one really important piece that can be quite often overlooked is actually what I do, workplace ergonomics. All too often, when I'm brought into a business, it's because I'm there to address an issue that has already caused or at least contributed to an employee discomfort or absence. And what I found by working with some clients in a proactive capacity, taking this proactive approach to workplace ergonomics can help identify and address key risk factors before they become a problem, before they result in a loss of productivity or some employee absences. And by integrating ergonomics into your onboarding process, into your health and safety processes, and into your wellness initiatives, it's not just something that's nice to do, but it's actually really necessary if you want to keep your staff happy, healthy, productive, and loyal. And what can be the cost of ignoring ergonomics? So, you've heard me say many times musculoskeletal disorders are widespread and a very expensive issue, and they affect everybody, workers across all industries, all types of jobs, all countries. It doesn't matter. Where people are working, you're going to have musculoskeletal disorders. And these conditions, including back pain and repetitive stress injuries like carpal tunnel syndrome, they are among the leading cause of workplace absences and long term disability. In fact, nearly half, so about 46% of European workers report back pain, while 43% have reported experiencing discomfort in the shoulders, neck, and upper limbs. And I do well believe it, even just from anecdotal experience, that 43% seems very high, but I can definitely say I've seen that increase in the last 5 years. Musculoskeletal disorders are responsible for 40% of all recognised occupational diseases in the EU and account for half of work absences that last more than 3 days. And in the most recent annual review, the HSA's most recent annual review of workplace injuries, illnesses, and fatalities, they reported that the back was the most injured body part for workers in 2023, accounting for 19% of non fatal incidents. Now, I could go on and on and on and pull different studies about the impact it has. There's no denying it's a massive problem. And the impact extends beyond the workplace. Chronic pain leads to reduced quality of life. Anyone who's ever suffered with it will tell you that themselves. The financial hardships and the psychological distress for people who are affected by them and even their families. And alarmingly, of those who remain off work for more than 6 months, less than half return, which really highlights the long term economic and social consequences of something that, not in all cases, but in a lot of cases, is preventable. And as life expectancy increases, well, these conditions are just going to rise, making this proactive approach more important. A proactive approach can really help you reduce absenteeism, can help you improve employee retention, and enhance overall workplace efficiencies. But where does it fit? And speaking especially to a lot of SMEs and small companies, they're not really sure where ergonomic fits in their overall organization. And that's what we're going to talk about now. So for me, I feel that there's three key areas where ergonomics should become embedded in your business. So if we look at area one, onboarding, from day one, a new employee in any role should be introduced to ergonomic best practices for the tasks that they're doing. A structured onboarding process that includes, for example, DSE training, workstation assessments, your manual handling training, and posture guidance exercises. Just really ensures that employees are off on the right foot. They're getting a really, really good start. And why this is important is new hires, and you know yourself, you've been a new hire yourself, I'm sure, somewhere, often really eager to impress and might overlook or ignore little niggles, little aches and pains, or poor workstation setup, or equipment that might not be quite up to the job, or tasks that are set up poorly, or work areas that are set up poorly because they're just in the door. They don't want to rock the boat. But this can lead to long term issues. Those little niggles can grow into something more serious. Early education of onboarders really helps to foster a culture of self care and responsibility for their health and well being in the workplace. And employees who feel physically comfortable while completing their tasks are going to be more engaged and going to be more productive. So, if this is something you are going to start to implement in your business, what I would do is firstly provide a little ergonomic checklist as part of the onboarding materials that you're giving them, including information on the equipment that they're going to be using, how it can be adjusted, how it should be properly set up. And that could be DSE workstations, it could be different equipment that they might be using in a warehouse, whatever it may be. Conduct an ergonomic workstation assessment within the first few weeks of employment to try and pinpoint any little risk factors and make any adjustments necessary, get them done early on so those little niggles don't become something more serious. Include manual handling training and task specific training for all new employees. Offer brief but impactful training sessions, such as a short video tutorial or an interactive webinar um, on the ergonomic risks associated with their tasks and what they can do to prevent them. Encourage employees to take ownership of their well-being by providing self-assessment tools, guidelines that they can follow independently, and make sure that all new employees know how to report issues with discomfort, injuries, faulty equipment, whatever it may be, that they are aware of how to report them and that they should report them. The second area in your business where ergonomics should be embedded is in your health and safety policies. Health and safety, as goes without saying, is so, so incredibly important. But especially from an ergonomic point of view, your health and safety policies have to go beyond compliance with the basic regulations and should actively protect employees from preventable injuries by considering the abilities and the individual needs of the person doing the task. Remember, ergonomics is all about fitting the task to the person, fitting the equipment to the person, fitting the role to the person. Remember, one size does not fit all, and a compliant work area does not always mean it's the best fit for a particular employee. Ergonomics should be a core component of your risk assessment procedures, making sure that the workspace and the work tasks are designed to minimize strain and discomfort. And why does this matter? Failure to address these ergonomic risks can lead to injuries, compensation claims, high employee turnover, and penalties, regulatory penalties, which is ultimately going to increase your business costs. A well designed ergonomic program reduces risk factors such as adverse postures, excessive force, static postures, contact stress, repetitive movements, helping to prevent long term employee health issues. And investing in ergonomics demonstrates a corporate responsibility and a commitment to your employee welfare, which will strengthen your employer brand and help attract the employees that you want and retain the employees that you want. And if this is something you were looking at implementing, I would Include ergonomic assessments as a mandatory component of a regular health and safety audit. Provide adjustable workstations, so desks, chairs, monitor stands, to accommodate all the different body types and work styles, making sure that everyone's comfortable. Participatory ergonomics is really important, including the employees in task design, work area design, equipment selection, because they're the people doing the job. So make sure that they're involved if you're going to make changes, because what you might think is right, maybe as a manager, as an employer, the actual people doing the task might not agree and might have something better. Implement an easy to access reporting system where employees can raise concerns and request necessary adjustments to their workstations, and train managers and team leaders to recognize the early signs of discomfort and to try and address the concerns proactively to prevent these issues from escalating. As I said, I'm usually brought in when these issues have escalated. And a lot of times, being proactive could avoid this. Now, the third area where ergonomics can be embedded in your business is in your wellness initiatives. So, as we know now, a lot of companies will put quite a big emphasis on workplace wellness initiatives, and rightly so. They often focus on mental health, fitness, nutrition, but ergonomic health is just as important and ties in nicely with those. Discomfort and pain caused by poor workstation setup can lead to stress, can lead to mental distress, can lead to reduced fitness because they're not able to function or exercise like they normally would, can lead to decreased focus and even long term chronic conditions. And why is this important? Employees experiencing discomfort are less likely to stay engaged and more likely to take sick leave, which is going to impact your overall team and work performance. A comfortable work environment supports mental clarity, reducing workplace stress and helping employees maintain focus throughout the day. An investment in ergonomic wellness initiatives translates into higher productivity, improved employee satisfaction, and lower healthcare costs. And overall, as you know, with wellness initiatives, the reason we implement them is we want our staff to be happy and healthy. And we want our staff to know that we care about them, that they are important to us, and we take their health and their well being very seriously. If you are looking to try and implement this, ways you could do it would be to host ergonomic awareness days or interactive workshops, posture coaching, where the employee can learn from ergonomic experts and apply best practice in real time, best suited to them and what they do. And provide access to online resources like instructional videos, infographics, self assessment tools to empower employees to take charge. I say self assessment tools, they should be used for screening and a little bit of guidance, but they are not to be used as a health and safety measure, purely a guidance tool. Encourage movement breaks and dynamic working practices like task rotation, alternating between sitting and standing. Just try and promote better mobility, better circulation, and reduce fatigue. And incorporate ergonomic friendly work habits into wellness challenges, such as reminders to stretch every hour or little posture check ins during the day. Um, Something that can be overlooked because it's a little bit daunting is the business case for being proactive. So the studies have found that the return on investment for a workplace ergonomics is undeniable. We're talking between 3 and 15 times what you put into it is what you're going to get out of it in reduced absenteeism, improved productivity, and lower compensation claims and lower employee turnover. Beyond the financial savings, so a well implemented ergonomic program will foster a really positive work culture. And I have seen it in companies that I work with. It will enhance employee loyalty because they know you care about them and you take their health and well being seriously. And it will position your company as an employer who really values the workforce. They're more than just a number to you. Employees who feel physically well supported are more likely to stay with you, which will reduce turnover and all the associated recruitment and training costs that go with that. As an employer, ergonomics is not just about compliance. It is about creating a healthier, more resilient workforce. And by embedding ergonomics into onboarding, health and safety, and wellness, you're showing a genuine commitment to employee well-being while protecting your organization from preventable risks. And by positioning ergonomics as a strategic business investment instead of a burden, you're going to future proof your workforce, you're going to enhance employee satisfaction, and you're going to strengthen your company's reputation as an employer of choice. Don't wait for it to become a problem. Make workplace ergonomics an integral part of your business and your organization. That's it for this episode. As always, all of my social media handles are in the show notes. The blog link for this episode also in the show notes for anyone who wants to check it out. If you have anything that you want me to cover, any topics you want me to cover, please reach out and let me know. And of course, please share this episode with someone you think might benefit from it. And until next time, everybody, stay well.